Eric was a poor student in college, and eventually he joined, for this reason, in imperial police. And as a part of the organization, he lived and worked in Burma, where he was responsible for the safety and the security of more than 2,100 people. During his adult life, Blair also lived in Paris and then in England, and living his family home for 5 years. He became a private tutor and eventually then a teacher. At the outbreak of World War II, Eric was unfit for military service, police, or for poor physical health. However, he did join the Home Guard as a volunteer organization and a secondary defense in the event of a Nazi invasion of Great Britain by the Nazis. Blair also worked for the British Broadcasting Company, the BBC, and intended to act as counter against Nazi propaganda. And as a life of progressive, Eric found a career as a writer, and he began using the pseudonym of George Orwell and wrote several works of non-fiction. These books in which he described the living condition of the poor and in different parts of the world. In fact, he went also in Spain and he wrote Homage to Catalonia. And these appears in magazines and newspapers. Additionally, he reviewed many books and he became a notable influence on literary criticism. The first was the most important, Animal Farm, and two works of fiction. Animal Farm, published in 1945, and 1984, published in 1949. And these were regarded as works of fiction. Animal Farm tells the story of a group of pigs that led in a revolt and take over in this farm, served an allegory of Joseph Stalin, the rise to power in the Soviet Union. And 1984 is a dystopian tale of a society completely controlled by its government. So it is viewed by many of the most influential novels of today, of the 20th and 21st century. Eric Blair died in January in 1950 at the age of 46, and he long suffered from a poor physical health and has a big diagnostic for tuberculosis. His death was caused as a burst artery in his lung, and it was buried with a simple headstone which bears the name of Eric Arthur Blair, and no reference, absolutely no reference with the name George Orwell. Is remembered today as one of the world's greatest author, and his influence today is the term created, the double think of thought police and the big brother. Today, the popular culture uses also for stupid, silly broadcasting program in TV, the Big Brother. And Orwell is today in a common language describing oppressive, overreach government, the individual sense of alienation. And this term is today used as Orwellian. George Orwell books are required in high school classroom, and his impact on society still continues today to be felt and for years to overcome. So I consider Orwell as one of the best important writer of our century. Thanks for everybody. Bye-bye.